Hi, my name is Nancy, and I'm a graduate student with the ISBA program. And I would be presenting an evaluation on how the method or the methodology of choice when it comes to software development affects the general outcome of the software development project. So, for the sake of this video, I would like to start from why it is important for businesses these days to use machine learning enabled softwares or AI enabled softwares to gain the most from technology. And we have also learned from other programs that we have done in the course of our study that analytics is really the future of business sustainability. And so it is also important to know that adequate methodology is important to the general outcome of how any project looks like. Typically, we'll be looking at the cost involved in any project, any software development project that we embark on. We'll be looking at the time, and we would also be looking at the requirements and the desired outcome that we would like to see. Based on the points or the things that I have spoken about so far, I believe that those will determine what kind of methodology a project manager would like to use. So I know there are other development methodologies like DevOps, like the rapid application development, but the most common ones that are mostly used, or let me say talked about, is the agile development methodology and the waterfall development methodology. Now, for the sake of this presentation, I would also be talking about the pros and cons of each one generally. And I know that the agile development methodology is more flexible in terms of how it is short cycled, and it is also able to be presented back to stakeholders for evaluation. It makes the process of the software development a continuous one, and also it makes it more involving with stakeholders because feedback is consistently provided. And this also allows for a lot of flexible changes along the project, making sure that altering the initial project ideas are also permitted. Now, as compared to the waterfall approach, which is more strict and more stringent when it comes to timelines, when it comes to cost, when it comes to even evaluation and feedback, I would have chosen the agile development method because this allows you to keep editing, to keep modifying whatever the outcome you want to be by testing it with the humans that are probably going to use it and the services that would be required of this product. We get to know whether the product works or not, even before it is enrolled. So I would be more skewed towards using that approach, the agile approach, than to use the waterfall approach. I think in terms of data analytics, for me, the agile methodology looks more to me like the CRISP DM framework, which would allow us to collect data, go through the loop, and evaluate whatever information we have gotten, put it back into the development or to put it back into whatever model we are seeking to develop. And for me, I think based on what I've also learned in data analytics, the waterfall approach looks to me like Microsoft's data lifecycle, which is more strict and doesn't really allow for evaluation. If I was a software developer or a project manager, I would choose what allows me to make the necessary editing as I go along. And I believe this will give me a better outcome and more stakeholder appreciation when the product is finally enrolled. Thank you.